Good morning, everyone. This is Ajay. Welcome back to Let Us Learn. This is your online classroom. Before begin our today's lesson, let us take few minutes to quickly revise what we have learned in the last session. What did we discuss in the previous session? Yes, we focused on letter writing in English. This is the part of CCP third semester syllabus. As you know, writing letters is an integral part of communication. With the advent of emails and other ways of electronic communication, it is become less and less common nowadays. Still, letter writing has its own flair and flavor in communication. We discussed on different types of letters and different formats of letter writing and various parts in a letter in the last session class. So as you know, there are two types of letters. One is formal and second one is informal. What is formal letter? What is an informal letter? Yes, formal letter are also called as business letters or official letters. These letters are written to officials or business associates. These are called as formal letter or official letter, sometimes also called as business letters. Second category is informal letters. We can also call as personal letters. These letters are written to our family members, our friends, our colleagues, and relatives. These are informal letters. In the previous class, we focused on how to write informal letters, how to write personal letters. Both are same, informal or personal letters. So we focused on how to write personal letters and which format is used while writing personal letter. What are the main part of informal letters? Next, while writing any letter, whether it may be formal or informal, so we have to keep these points in our mind as we have discussed in the last session. Again, just revised because in the last session we focused on only informal letters. Today we focused on formal letter. Whether the letter may be formal or informal, we have to keep all these points in our mind while writing a letter. That is address, whom we are going to write the letter, whether it is a business purpose or private purpose. Next one, greeting, or we can also call as salutation in formal letters. Whether greeting must be formal or informal. So based on the letter, we have to always keep in mind how our greeting should be. Next, style of letter, that is also. So which language should be used, how our language should be, whether it is formal or informal. That is also based on the letter whom you are going to address. Next, what is the message? What you want to convey through the letter to the other persons, to the other organization, whatever it may be. So, what is the purpose? Next, how should it end? How to end the letter? These are the important areas we have to keep in mind while writing a letter, whether it may be formal or informal. Based on the letter, we have to use different types. In the last session, we focused on informal letters, that is personal letters. Today, we are going to learn all about formal letters, whatever it may be, but always keep these points in your mind, how to address and how our greeting should be in a letter. what is the style of the letter, what is the message you want to convey, and how should it end. Whatever the letter, whether it may be formal or informal, on the whole we have to address properly. Always keep in mind, address properly, greet heartily, and write clearly and effectively. So these are the main points you have to keep in mind while writing a letter. And letter coming to letter formats, as we have discussed in the previous session, there are two formats are there. One is intended format, second one is blocked format. So we have observed the difference between intended format and second one blocked format. So first one, intended format, is also called as traditional format. Generally we have used this format, but with the advent of internet and all electronic mails, so at present currently we are using the blocked format. So we have observed the difference between intended and blocked format. In blocked format, every part of the letter, it may be address, date, to address, salutation or greeting, body of the letter, complimentary clause, signature, all the parts should be written at the left margin. Okay, we have differentiate between intended format and blocked format. Nowadays, at present, we are using block format. Whatever the letter, whether it may be traditional letter, formal letter or informal letter, whatever it may be, we are use this blocked format. It is currently trending. Blocked format. In blocked format, every part of the letter must be begin at left margin of the letter. Okay, and in the last session we have also observed a sample letter of informal letter. Sample letter. In today's class we will focus on formal letters, are also called as official letter, sometimes also called as business letters. Formal letters or official letters are letters written in order to do business transacts official matters within an organization or among organizations. Okay, so what is the difference between formal letter and informal letters? Informal letters are written to friends, family members, relatives, and sometimes colleagues. Those are personal letters or informal letters. Now we are focused on formal letters, or we can also call as official letters. Official letters are letters written in order to do business or transact official matters within an organization or among organization. Sometimes it may be individuals, sometimes it may be between organizations or among organizations. These deal with affairs of official and public nature. These formal letters always deal with affairs of official and public nature. For example, a letter to government official, that is a official letter. If you want to complain on problems, water problems, electricity problems, then you have to address a letter to the concerned officer. So that is called as formal letter or official letter. For example, in your college, if you want to apply for a leave, or you want to apply for a TC or memo, in that case you write a letter to your principal. So that is also called as official letter. And letters to editor, sometimes you have to write letters to editor of the newspaper, any newspaper. Those are also comes under official letters. Sometimes you want to complain something, complaint. Sometimes you have to order for something. So these are all called as official letters, or we can call as formal letters. So how to write formal letters? So job application letters, acceptance and offer letters also comes under official letters. So the language of all these letters must be formal. Your language must be formal because you are writing not to your friends or relatives or family members. You are writing to other persons, officials sometimes, or you are writing to business purpose. You are writing to organizations. So these are official matters. So the language must be formal. Always keep in mind the style of the language must be formal. Whereas in informal letters, the language may be casual. How you talk to the person, you can use that language in informal letters. As we have observed, in informal letters, they must be very casual and conversational. How you speak to the other person, so you use the same language in informal letter. But coming to formal letters, coming to official letters, the language must be formal. Okay, they must be also written in standard format. We have to write in standard format. As we have seen, there are two formats are there. One is intended format, second one is blocked format. So generally any form letter, so generally we prefer blocked format nowadays. Okay, an official letter must be in standard format. So nowadays the block format is preferred modern style for writing both both letters, whether it may be formal or informal. We are using block format. You know what is block format? In the block format, everything starts from the left margin and punctuation marks are omitted except in body of the letter, as we have observed. So we are going to focus on formal letter. So before going into details, let us do an activity. That is, first in the slide you can find one letter. Okay, read the letter and observe various parts of letter. Read the letter and observe the various parts of the letter. Then we will have a small discussion. What are the parts in this letter? Which format is used? What is the purpose of this writing letter? How the language is used in the letter? We have to discuss all about this. Okay, while writing the letter, first focus on what is the format of the letter. Okay, how many parts are there in the letter? What is the purpose of the writing this letter? And how the language is used in this letter. Keep all these points in mind. Read the letter. First, Siddharth, third BA English Literature, roll number 097454, Government Degree College, Nalgonda, 5 August 2020. The Principal, Government Degree College, Nalgonda. Dear Sir, Subject, request for the issue of transfer certificate, bona fide certificate and memorandum of marks. With reference to the subject cited, I would like to bring to your kind notice that I completed my BA English Literature from our college during academic year 2017-20 and passed in the final examinations. I request my transfer letter, bona fide certificate and memorandum of marks for further studies. May I request you, please issue me the above certificates to me at the earliest. I enclosed the necessary challenge and no due certificates for your reference. Thank you. Yours faithfully, Siddharth. Observe the letter. What format is used in this letter and what are the different parts of the letter? What is the purpose of the writing this letter? How the language is used in this letter? Read once again. Siddharth, 3rd BA English Literature, roll number 097454, Government Degree College, Nalgonda, 5 August 2020. The Principal, Government Degree College, Nalgonda. Dear Sir, Subject, request for the issue of transfer certificate, bona fide certificate and memorandum of marks. With reference to the subject cited, I would like to bring to your kind notice that I completed my BA English Literature from our college during academic years 2017-20 and passed in the first division. I require my transfer certificate, bona fide certificate and memorandum of marks for further studies. May I request you, please issue me the above certificates to me at the earliest. I enclosed my necessary challenge and no due certificate to your reference. Thank you. Yours faithfully, Siddharth. Okay. Who wrote the letter? Yes. Who? Siddharth. When did he write the letter? Yes. 5th August 2020. Whom he addressed the letter? To the Principal, Government Degree College, Nalgonda. Next, what is the purpose of the writing this letter? Yes, Siddharth wants to collect transfer certificate, that is TC, bona fide certificate, that is study conduct, and memorandum of marks. So, Siddharth has completed his BA in English Literature in Government Degree College, Nalgonda. So, you want to go for further studies. That's why he write a letter to the principal for issuing transfer certificate, bona fide certificate and memorandum of marks. So, that is the purpose of the writing letter. So, which format is used in the formal letter? Yes, which format? Block format. Observe, every part of the letter from address, Siddharth, and date and to address and salutation, subject, body of the letter, complementary clause, signature, all are in left margin. So, it is a block format. Nowadays, we are using this format compared to traditional format, this was most famous nowadays, and it was easy to write. In black format, you need not to use punctuation marks except in body of the letter. So in address, date, salutation, so you need not to use punctuation marks. Okay, so let us discuss in detail about various parts of the letter. As you have observed, how many parts are there here? Yes, 9 parts are there. First one is address, second one date 5th August 2020, third one to address, to whom Siddharth addressed, to the Principal Government Degree College Nalgonda. Next, fourth one, salutation. In informal letters we call it as greetings, but coming to formal letters we have to call it as salutation. Fifth one, subject. What is the purpose of the letter? That is subject. Next one, sixth one, that is the body of the letter. Observe the body of the letter, that is important. So in personal letters, in informal letters, the body of the letter may be in many paragraphs, no limit, unlimited. While coming to formal letters or official letters, body of the letter is most important. It must be brief and up to the point. Brief and clear, always keep in mind. In informal letters, unlimited, you can write number of paragraphs based on what you want to share. You may share your thoughts, your feelings, you want to pass on some information, anything. So based on the context you can write number of paragraphs. But coming to formal letters, official letters, the body of the letter must be brief. Okay, next one, complimentary close, yours faithfully. Next, sign, and in brackets name. Observe in the closing, yours faithfully, that is complimentary close. Next, signature Siddharth, and in brackets name. Next one, enclosure, challans and new due certificates, these are enclosures. Okay, let us go into detail part wise. What is the first part? That is sender's address. So observe how many formats are there in this sample letter. There are 9 formats are there. Sender's address, who is the sender here? Siddharth is the sender. Next, date, what is the date? 5th August 2020. Next, inside address means to whom he wants to address. Inside address, to address to the government degree college, to the principal government degree college. Next, salutation, dear sir. Subject, body of the letter, complimentary clause, signature and enclosures. So let us go into detail one by one. First one, sender's address. How to write sender's address in formal letter or official letter? The address of the sender is placed on the top left corner of the page. You have to write in the top left corner of the page. So not only address, because every parts, because we are using black format, so every part of the letter must be in left margin of the page. Okay, the address is not punctuated in current practice, so as you know. So in traditional format or in intended format we use punctuation marks. Okay, but in black format need not to separated address while using punctuation marks, because we are writing the letter in black format. The sender's address is omitted when official letters are written in company letterheads. This is also important. If you want to write letter on behalf of your union, your association, then generally we use letterhead formats. In letterhead, above the paper there is letterhead is there, there your address everything is mentioned. So in that cases you need not to write sender's address, it is already mentioned in the letterhead itself. So in those cases need not to write sender's address, it is already mentioned in the letterhead, already keep in mind. Okay, first one is sender's address, it must be in the top left margin of the page. Next one, second one is date, as we have discussed in the last session also. So date can be written in different ways. So the date follows the sender's address after a line space is line space. The date should follows after the sender's address. Okay, after the line space. The date is written in the sequence date, month and year. Generally we prefer this one, like 5 August 2020, and there are other styles also there, as we have discussed in writing informal letters. Here also you can apply all the styles, you can write date in any style. August 5th 2020, this is another one. 5th August 2020, 5/8/2020, or 5.8.2020. You can use any style of the date. Next one, third part is inside address. This is another one, inside address. What is inside address? To whom you want to address, that is inside address. This is the address of the receiver and it is placed on the left and below the line of date. Okay, to whom you want to address, to the SI, to the SP, to the collector, to the editor, to the principal, any. That is inside address. After date you have to write inside address. The inside address is not punctuated, as we have discussed, because we are using block format. Except in body of the letter, we need not to use punctuation marks in block format. So inside address need not to use punctuation marks. Let us focus on salutation. So in informal letters we simply call it as greetings, but coming to formal letters we call it as salutation. It must be right after inside address. First sender address, date, third one inside address, next fourth one salutation. The most common forms of salutation in an official letter is dear sir. Okay, generally we write salutation as dear sir or dear sirs in an organization and not a specific individual is being addressed. In some cases, in some organizations, so that is not controlled by one individual person, it is a group of persons. In that case we generally write dear sirs. That is another case. The most common forms of salutation in an official letter is dear sir and dear madam. So based on, in case you don't know whether the person to whom the letter is being sent is a man or woman, if you don't know the person is man or woman, in that case you can write dear sir / dear madam. This is also keep in mind. So we have to always keep in mind where we have to use dear sir, dear madam. If you don't know the head of the institution, whether he or she is a sir or madam, in that case you can write both dear sir or dear madam. And another type, if you know the name of the person you are writing to, in that case we can address the person by his or her name after salutation. That is dear. For example, dear Uma, dear Shiva. Like Uma is a in charge or head of the institution. You are writing the letter to the head of the institution. The head is female, her name is Uma. Then you can write dear Uma, or you can write dear madam. Both is right. You can write dear Uma or dear madam. Or the head of the institution is male. So Shiva, his name is Shiva. You can write dear Shiva. And dear sir is a man. So always keep man or woman. Sorry for using male. Never use male, female. So man, woman. Okay. So he is a man. So in that case we can use dear Shiva, or you can write dear sir. Both are right. If you don't know whether man or woman, in that case you can write dear sir oblique dear madam, like that. This is how to write salutation in formal letters. Let us move to subject. This is important one. Subject. You have to mention the subject. What is the purpose of the letter? Why you want to write the letter? So you have to mention it as subject. This is the most important part in writing formal letters. Subject. This part is a feature of all kinds of official letters. In every official letter you have to write the subject. Always you have to mention the subject. That is most important one. Okay. Any official letter, whether it is to a principal, to the SP, to the collector, to a editor, to a manager, in every official letters you have to write subject, and you have to mention the reason. What is the purpose of the writing letter? It is a brief statement of the subject of the letter. What is the subject of the letter? You have to mention briefly in subject. Okay, and is placed below the salutation. You know that. Sender's address, first one, date, next inside address, salutation, fifth one is subject. Subject always must be placed below salutation. Next one, body of the letter, as you know, is the most important part in a letter. Body of the letter. And there is a difference between formal letter and informal letter. In informal letter, body of the letters may be number of passages, number of paragraphs, based on your content, what you want to share. Based on that you can write in many paragraphs. But coming to formal letters, official letters, it must be very brief. Okay, this is the main part of any letter. The contents of an official letter should be brief, clear and precise and complete. Always keep these 4 points in your mind while writing an official letter. It must be brief, it must be clear, very clear, it must be precise, like brief, and complete with respect to the information being conveyed. What you want to convey, the information must be clear, the information must be brief and precise, and the information must be complete. What equally important is that your letter must be polite, and even when refusing an offer or saying something difficult for receiver to accept, whatever may be the reason. In official letter we must use formal language, and we must use polite language. Formal and polite, our language, style of language must be formal and polite. So in informal letters, as you know, it must be very casual. You can use casual language or conversation language. How you speak to the other person, you can write the same language in informal letters, personal letters. But coming to formal letters, you must focus on language. It must be polite and formal. Polite and formal. Okay, right. This is a part of formal letter, body of the letter. It is the most important part. It must be brief, clear, precise, and complete. The language must be formal and polite. Generally, while writing formal letters, generally body of the formal letters is just in 3 paragraphs. Generally, we prefer 3 paragraphs. Next part, that is complementary clause. As you know, complementary clause, as we have discussed in informal letters. Like formal letters, how to write complementary clause in formal letters or official letters. The expression usually used to close official letters that begin the salutation "Dear Sir" is yours faithfully. Okay, if you write the letter "Dear Sir", then yours or "Dear Madam", so then your salutation must be yours faithfully. But in cases where the receiver is addressed by his or her title and name, for example, "Dear Radha", "Dear Krish", in that cases the complementary clause used is "yours sincerely". So in a salutation, if you use "Dear Sir", "Dear Madam", then your complementary clause should be like "yours faithfully". Always keep in mind what is the difference between these complementary clause. If you write the letter, if you write a formal letter, and in formal letter your salutation is you write "Dear Sir" or "Dear Madam", then in complementary clause you have to write "yours faithfully". Or sometimes your salutation is like "Dear Radha", "Dear Krish", in that case you have to write in this letter complementary clause "yours sincerely". Note that forms like "yours respectfully", "yours obediently", and "yours obedient servant" are now considered old fashioned. Always keep in mind these are old fashioned. "Yours obediently", "yours respectfully", "yours obedient servant", these are old fashioned. Generally in today's we prefer to "yours faithfully", "yours faithfully", and "yours sincerely". Both you can use anyone, "yours faithfully", "yours sincerely". So based on the salutation what we have used in the letter, this is how to write complementary clause in a letter, formal letter. Next, signature. So official letters must have full signature with the person's name and designation in 2 separate lines below it. Okay, coming to informal letters, we need not write full name, as we have discussed. Need not write full name. For example, your name is Siddharth. Okay, need not write full name. You simply write Sidhu, because Sidhu, the other person, no Sidhu, or you may call you as Sidhu. So in that case, you may write Sidhu in informal letters. Coming to formal letters, you must write your full name, Siddharth. Okay, and you can write your designation. What is your designation? For example, you are a student, you have to write your PIN, your roll number. Okay, this is how to write signature. Some cases, if the name of the company is mentioned, it appears below the signature of the representative who writes the letter. For example, you are writing letter on behalf of a company, not as individual. Behalf of a company you are writing the letter. In that case, you have to write the company name. That is one case. Keep in mind signature, and you have to, in signature you have to write your full name. You first do the signature, write your full name in brackets, and you write your designation. Next one, enclosure. Sometimes you have to enclose something to the receiver. In that case, we have to write enclosure. So, for example, in our letter, what Siddharth has enclosed to the principal? Yes, challans and new due certificate. So, in this case, you have to enclose. This is placed, enclosure is placed on the left hand margin below the signature line. So, after signature, you have to mention enclosure, ENCL. Enclosure means ENCL generally. ENCL means enclosure. So, what you want to enclose to the letter, you have to mention those. Here, what Siddharth mentioned in the letter, sample letter, challans and no due certificate. So, write enclose one challan, two no due certificates. Okay, you can list in this part of the official letters the paper you may want to enclose. This is one example. Okay, how many parts we have discussed in formal letter? 9 parts. Sender's address, date, inside address, salutation, subject, body of the letter, complimentary clause, signature and enclosures. So sometimes you have to write many parts based on the context. Let us see. Some official letters have all or some of the following. For example, you have to write reference numbers sometimes, especially in official letters. Reference numbers. So official letters sent from organizations or departments or assigned numbers that help in having the letters feel according to their subject. Official letters sent from organizations or assigned numbers that help in having the letters file according to their subject. So in that case, we have to they mention reference number. This is another case. The reference number is placed above the sender's address. So above the sender's address, first they mention reference number, then after sender's address, then date, then to address, like this. Reference number. Some cases we have to write reference numbers, some other cases we may not write reference numbers. These are some other cases we are next one. Same attention. This sometimes appears above the salutation. Above the salutation. Okay, you have to write attention. It contains the name of the person to whom the letter is to be directed, especially in large organizations. Large organizations, we have to write attention part is also. Okay, next another part. Copies. If copies of the letter are going to other persons, okay, not only to you. Here, to address is not only one, so many. You are writing the letter to many people. Same letter to, you are writing the letter to many persons. In that case, you can write copy 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, like that. So you have to mention copy. Okay, their names are mentioned below the list of enclosures. After enclosure, you have to write copies, copy 2, so and so, copy 2, 3, like. These are another cases. Okay, what we have discussed today? Yes, we focused on formal letters or official letters. If you want to write letters to officials or business or editor, the police officer, municipal commissioner, SP, a collector, these are called as official letters. Sometimes you may pass information, sometimes you make a complaint, sometimes redressal, sometimes you want to apply for something. So in all the cases, generally we use official letters. Okay, in official letters, so you must follow some procedures. There is a lot of difference between formal letter and informal letters, and we have discussed about informal letters in the last session. Today we focused on formal letters, how to write formal letters, and we have observed one sample formal letter. Who wrote the letter here? Siddharth wrote the letter to principal. we have observed the format of formal letter. So abhi the format, what format he has used? Yes, he used block format. So in all official letters nowadays block format is preferable. Did not use intended format, you go for block format. It is easy one and it is clear. Okay, always use block format. In block format all the parts of the letter are on the left margin of the paper, on the left margin, as we have observed in the sample letter. So the letter was written by Siddharth. You can once again just observe the letter. So this was written by Siddharth. So first point, sender's address. Who is the sender here? Siddharth is the sender. Sender's address is the first. Next one, date. You can write date in different styles as we have discussed. Next one is inside address. This is the important inside address. In informal letters generally we need not write inside address, but coming to formal letters or official letters we write inside address. That is the address whom you want to address. Yes, Siddharth address to the principal, Government Degree College, Nalgonda. That is inside address. Observe. Fourth one is salutation. So in informal letters we call as greeting, but in formal letters or official letters we call it as salutation. So salutation can be in different ways. Dear sir, dear madam. If you don't know whether man or woman, then you can write dear sir oblique dear madam. So then in some cases the head of the institution, the name of the head of the institution, then you can write dear Radha or dear Krish, like that. You can use any salutation. Next one, subject. This is the important part. Subject. What is the purpose of the writing letter? You have to mention briefly. Write a short statement in subject. So in personal letters we need not to write subject, but official letters it is the most important part. You must write subject. You must write what is the purpose of the writing letter. Okay, you have to write one short statement about the subject, whether you are going to complain or whether you are going to apply for a job, like anything. Next year, what is the subject of Siddharth here? Siddharth wants to get TC, transfer certificate, bona fide certificate and memo. Next one, sixth part is body of the letter. So this is also important. So how the body of the letter in formal letter. So in formal letter we can write number of paragraphs what you want to convey. Based on the content you can write any number of paragraphs, but coming to formal letter, body of the letter must be brief and clear. It must be precise. Always keep in mind, it must be brief, precise and clear and complete. Body of the letter. And how the language should be used, that is also important one. The language, informal letter you can use just casual language. How you speak to the other person, you can use the same language in informal letters, in personal letters, just like conversational mode. Now coming to formal letters, official letters, the language must be formal and polite. And next part is complementary clause. So you can use different complementary clause. Nowadays generally we prefer yours faithfully and yours sincerely. Any one you can use, yours faithfully and yours sincerely. Yours obediently, that is out of date. Yours servant, these are out of date. You need not to use those outdated complementary clauses. Generally you can write yours faithfully or yours sincerely. Next one, signature. So you have to write in signature, you have to write full name, you have to sign, then you have to write your name in brackets, full name. In official, in informal letters you need not write your complete name, but coming to formal letters you have to write your full name in brackets. So above them you have to sign, do your sign, then write your name, full name in brackets, and you also write designation. Next one, enclosures. If you want to enclose anything, enclose any paper, certificate, then you have to mention enclosures. Then also sometimes you have to write reference number, it is above the sender's address. In some letters, some cases you have to write reference numbers. Sometimes you have to write attention line, this is above the salutation. Next, sometimes you have to write copies, you want to send the same letter to many persons, then you have to write copy 1, copy 2, like this. So this is the format of official letter what we have learned today. So in most cases you have to write many official letters. So with the advent of what is the technology, messages, charts, mobiles, we need not to write personal letters, but in any mode, in electronic mode or in just manual mode, but we have to write official letters. So focus on how to write official letters. Official letters must be in polite and formal. We have to use formal language, and we have to follow the standard format. Generally block format is preferable. In block format you have to follow the standard format: sender's address, date, inside address, salutation, subject, body of the letter. It must be brief, simple and clear. Next, complimentary clause, signature. So after signature you have to write your full name in the brackets, designation. If you want to enclose any enclosures, you can write enclose. Sometimes you have to write copy. So this is the style of writing formal letters. While writing formal letters you have to keep all these points in mind. Thank you for watching this video. We will meet with another topic in the next session. Signing off.